Social linguistic varieties of Filipino English by Lamson based on the education level and English usage of Filipino speakers. This study is about how people in the Philippines speak English. The author Lamson was interested in finding out the differences between Americans and Filipinos when they speak English. Some people thought that there wasn't a standard way of speaking English in the Philippines, but Professor Bautista disagreed with this idea. So, Castillo also looked at how certain parts of Philippine English are different from American and British ways of using language. Despite these differences, it's now widely accepted that Filipino people have their own way of speaking English. Social linguistic has three varieties of Philippine English based on the education level and English usage of Filipino speakers. The first one is Arabic. It's prominent speech of highly educated or rich and powerful Filipinos, and it's like General American or Gen And the second one is Mesolite. This variety of Philippine English is similar to Filipino languages, and the third one is Basilic. Classification has more substitution in phonemes or sounds. Arabic. This is the highest level of Philippine English, often used by educated professionals who use English both at work and at home. An example of Arabic in Philippine English could be the English used in professional settings, such as in business meetings or academic conferences. So, meaning, sa Arabic is in social linguistics, the term Arabic refers to the most prestigious dialect or variety of a language spoken in a region. In the context of Filipino English, the Arabic is the variety that most closely resembles standard American English. It is typically used by highly educated Filipinos in informal settings such as in business, academia, and media. The next one is Mesolite. This level is used by educated professionals who often use English at work but not at home. An example of Mesolite could be the English used in less formal work settings, such as casual conversations among colleagues. In social linguistics, the term Mesolite, meaning, refers to a mid-range variety of a language that exists between the Arabic. So it is the most prestigious form, and the Basilic, the least prestigious form in the context of Filipino English. The Mesolite is a variety that blends features of both standards American English and local Philippine language. And the last one is Basilic. This is the lowest level used by working class people who use English only occasionally at work. Examples of Basilic in Philippines English could be the English used by jeepney drivers, manas, janitors, market vendors, and others. In social linguistics, meaning, the term Basilic refers to the least prestigious and the most localized variety of language. In the context of Filipino English, the Basilic is the variety that is furthest from standard American English and incorporates the most influence from Philippine language and local dialects. It is typically spoken in informal settings and among speakers with less exposures to formal education in English. Grammatical features of Philippine English. Bautista 2008 asserts that Philippine English, or PE, has unique grammatical features not found in other English varieties. Some of these features are shared with other Asian English, varieties that occur more frequently in PE. However, Gustilio et al. 2019 suggests that these features are evolving, particularly in the digital age. So, I have here an examples. The first one is simplified verb forms. So this is use of the base form of the verb instead of the past tense or past participle. Example, he already eat instead of he has already eaten. And my last example is reduplication. Reduplication of words for emphasis or to indicate plurality. Example, I need it now for urgency or house to house to mean several houses. Vocabulary of Philippine English. Philippine English or PE vocabulary is unique, classified into your four categories by Bautista, 1997 or and normal expansion, preservation of items, coinage, and borrowings. So, I have here an example. The Philippine is linguistically diverse, with Tagalog or Filipino being the national language. Here are some key vocabulary examples from different Philippine languages. So, the first one, Tagalog or Filipino. The common words mahal or love, and salamat for thank you, and bahay for house, or and pamilya the family. And the next example is Cebuano. Common words guapa meaning beautiful, and kaon kaon is it, and bata child. The phrases maayong buntag, good morning, and in Ilocano, common words naimas or delicious, ubing child or balay or house, and the phrases kumusta ka, how are you, or agyamanak, thank you. And the last is intelligibility. This study uses Smith and Nelson's definition of intelligibility, focusing on word recognition. It's the first part of a larger project starting with Thailand. Intelligibility doesn't imply mutual understanding between speakers. The authors aim to answer an unspecified question. So I have an example here, intelligibility of Philippine language or languages, Tagalog or Filipino, widely understood as the national language. In Cebuano and Hiligaynon and Ilonggo, moderate mutual intelligibility. Ilocano, significantly different, low mutual intelligibility with other major languages, and Philippine language have varying intelligibility reflecting the country's linguistic diversity.